Good evening and welcome to Franciscan Beat News. I'm your host Megan Ritter with your headlines for Monday, February 24th, 2025. Federal workers sue over Elon Musk's threat to fire them if they don't explain their accomplishments, according to AP News. Billionaire Trump advisor Elon Musk violated the law with his weekend demand that federal employees explain their accomplishments or risk being fired, attorneys for the workers said Monday in a lawsuit. The updated lawsuit, which was filed in federal court in California and was provided to the Associated Press, is trying to block mass layoffs pursued by Musk and President Donald Trump, including any connected to the email distributed by the Office of Personnel Management on Saturday. The office, which functions as a human resources agency for the federal government, said employees needed to detail 5 things they did last week by the end of the day on Monday. No OPM rule, regulation, policy, or program has ever in United States history purported to require all federal workers to submit reports to the OPM, said the amended complaint, which was filed on behalf of unions, business veterans, and conservative organizations represented by the group State Democracy Defenders Fund. It called the threat of mass firings one of the most massive employment frauds in the history of this country. Pope Francis is alert but in critical condition, according to doctors by the Herald Star. Pope Francis remains in critical condition Sunday, and blood tests showed early kidney failure, but he remains alert, responsive, and is attending Mass, the Vatican said, as the 88-year-old battles pneumonia and a complex lung infection. In a late update, the Vatican said Francis hadn't had any more respiratory crises since Saturday night, but was still receiving high flows of supplemental oxygen. Some blood tests showed initial mild kidney failure, but doctors said it was under control. The complexity of the clinical picture and the necessary wait for drug therapies to provide some feedback dictate that the prognosis remains guarded, Francis's doctors concluded. Prayers for Francis, meanwhile, poured in from around the world, from his native Argentina to the school children in Rome. The Guadalupe House, dedicated by Franciscan University. On February 5th, Franciscan University of Steubenville blessed a newly established off-campus residence for pregnant students called the Guadalupe House. The initiative will provide pregnant students who are enrolled at Franciscan University a nurturing and faith-filled environment and the practical support they need to continue their education during their pregnancy. Although no pregnant students currently reside in the home, Franciscan administrators believe it is important to make this option available to current and prospective students who are expected mothers. Knowing past students who could have been benefited from a home like this made it clear that the university had to come up with a better way to support a student living through an unplanned pregnancy, said Dr. Daniel Dentino, Vice President of Student Life. Guadalupe House will allow us to provide practical and pastoral support to young moms and to extend Franciscans' commitment to human life from conception to natural death. And now for your weather. The high today will be 54 degrees with a low of 40 degrees today in Steubenville. It'll be mostly sunny today and expect a light drizzle tonight. That is all we have for you today with this Franciscan Beat News Brief. I'm your host, Megan Ritter. Good night and God bless.